Australia, please shoot that pigeon. Just kill it.
Yeah, or eat it. Fuck it.
Yeah, no, don't eat it. That's disgusting, bro. You fucking nasty piece of shit. No.
Oh.
Alright. Fucking today is January 16th, 2021. Saturday. Off to a good start. We had a lot of fucking news this week. Some of it sucked, others was weird, and we're about to go through a lot of it. What? Cheers, my friend. Here's to your apple juice.
Hey.
Your 5% apple juice.
Cheers.
All right. It has been reported that The Office was the #1 streamed show of 2020. Is there even a surprise?
Don't doubt it.
I mean, was it even a surprise?
Not really.
Especially now that everybody's in quarantine, everybody was stuck in their fucking homes. What else are you gonna watch? Are you gonna watch Friends? Of course not.
Fuck no.
You're gonna watch The Big Bang Theory? Fuck no.
No.
Are you gonna watch what was that? Your Mother? How I Met Your Mother? Fuck
I
no.
Met Your Mother.
Fuck
Already saw it.
It's The Office. Come on. Michael Scott is the greatest man who's ever lived. Period. Hands down.
Fictional man.
He's real, okay? He's real.
The actor is.
No, Michael Scott. He's real.
Sure.
And so is Andrew Bernard. He's the #2 man.
So,
what do you think of that?
This was on Netflix, right? Is it still on Netflix?
It's still on Netflix,
I want to say
but
that
they're gonna take it off soon. So
Yeah.
I suggest everybody to either, wherever it goes, whether it goes to Peacock, NBC, or, I watch it every fucking day on Comedy Central. You don't even need to fucking have an app.
Yeah.
I mean, they're showing it, late night on those weird channels and shit, I mean,
It's on Sling, actually.
The Office is one of those shows that's never going to go away. And it's the last show that it will ever get made that is the way it is. Because in the new society that we live in, there's a lot of things you can't say anymore.
Yeah, we said a lot of those things in the other episode we did.
Well, and we will, and we're going to continue to say fucking things because you know what? This is our own fucking opinions. You don't have to fucking like us. If you don't like our shit, you can always this is the great thing about America. You can just change the fucking channel and watch something else. You don't have to watch our channel. These are just our opinions. Yeah. We're criticizing the stuff that we like, that we watch, and that's good. Until this is a fascist, fucking communist, socialist regime, we're going to continue to do this. And you don't have to like us. You don't have to watch us. So, there.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say to all those fucking YouTube comments. It is what it is.
Fuck you, yeah.
Yeah,
fuck
it
you.
is what it is. Anyways, moving on. Disney has finally shown us the Floor and Ulysses trailer. Holy shit. What do you think about it?
When you first showed me this, I thought it was like related to that comic book where Thor he gets turned into a frog, I believe, and some other characters also get turned into animals. But it's completely different story, right? Not related to Marvel.
No, it's not Marvel related. Remember I told you were making fun about. Well, fuck me.
About you and not turning your phone off? Yeah.
I have to feed my dog. Okay.
I knew this was gonna happen. Go feed
Give
your
me fucking 5 seconds. God damn it.
Go feed your fucking dog.
All right, we're back. Floor and Ulysses. This was that shit about the squirrel, man. The fucking little squirrel. I told you that the little girl, they run over it. We're making fun about squirrels getting run over. And the dad and whatever, and then he finds out that the squirrel has powers. I mean, it's a kid's book. It's a kid's story, and it's coming to Disney Plus.
I kind of remember some things about last episode.
Yeah, I mean, and it's coming to Disney Plus. I mean, you saw the trailer. I mean, what did you think?
Yeah. It looks like a good family movie. I mean, it has that guy from 30 Rock. Is it 30 Rock? No.
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
Ralph.
Parks and Rec.
What was it? Ralph. Fuck. What was his name?
I forgot.
Ralphio.
He's just
Ralph Macchio.
Something Ralphio.
Ralphio. Ralphio. I think it was Ralphio. Anyways,
It's something rough.
he's
Yeah.
you know who he is? He's also the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog
Oh, I did not
in the
know
movie.
that.
In the movie, in the new
I haven't
movie that
seen
just
it
came out.
either. I haven't seen that movie.
Well, that's a goddamn fucking shame. It's a damn good movie, and you know
How was Jim Carrey? Was he funny?
once
Or?
again you're going off the fucking subject.
I'm asking a question about the movie.
Well, we're not fucking talking about Sonic the Hedgehog right now.
All right.
We're
Fucking
talking
A.
about
All right,
Ralph
cool.
fucking Macchio over here. That's not even his name, but whatever. This Flora and Ulysses crap. You know what? We're moving on. We're fucking moving on.
Fuck that
Cause
fucking squirrel.
yeah, fuck that squirrel and fuck Flora and Ulysses. We're never gonna cover this subject again because I'm done.
All right.
We trailed off the subject and it was just too stupid. I don't even know why I wrote it on the list.
I have no clue why.
There wasn't a
showed
lot
me
of
the
news
trailer and
this
I'm like,
week.
okay,
Fuck.
dude.
You know?
You're into squirrels. All right.
Okay, so this just came out. Fucking, I don't know if it was today or yesterday. You know, this is fresh news. But Entertainment Weekly, I guess, had an interview with Mortal Kombat, the movie, Mortal Kombat director, and we got the first images of what the movie's gonna look like.
Oh,
Have you seen these images?
let's
There's
see.
a shitload of them I just sent you.
God damn. Yeah.
I images. I mean, I'm excited when I saw the images.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm blown away. I mean, fucking Liu Kang and Kung Lao. They look fucking sick. They look just like the fucking. They look like the way they're supposed to look, and that's really as a
Yeah.
fan and as you know someone who enjoys watching shit like this. I mean, you just want it to look like what you like.
Holy shit. Cool.
And it does. I mean, I'm very happy with it. So Liu Kang,
Who's
you
the
know,
guy with the beard? Is that Kano?
the guy with the beard.
Right?
I'm gonna go through each image one by one. Don't get ahead of
Okay.
yourself. So first we see Liu Kang and Kung Lao, and Liu Kang,
Yeah.
the one with the fire, the hand on the fire. He's gonna be played by the kid who was the Black Ranger in Power Rangers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I don't know his name. Ludi
The
something.
original one? Zach?
In the movie Power Rangers, you fuck. Does that look like
okay.
a black man to you?
I heard
Does
Power
that look
Rangers. and
like the
I totally
original
thought about
Black
the
Ranger
show.
to you? Fuck no, it doesn't. Man, I gotta, you know what? And we haven't even finished our first beer, and this guy's already saying nonsense. Oh my god.
Shut the fuck up.
So Liu Kang and Kung Lao look amazing. And then we go to the next picture, and it kind of like bothers me because let's just skip this. The fighting MMA, skip the picture and go to the next one. We'll come back to that. Next we have Hanzo Hasashi and fucking Bihan, the first Sub-Zero. And they're fighting. And it looks fucking sick. I mean, they say that the first 10 minutes of the movie is going to be an opening sequence, and it's going to take us back into feudal Japan before, you know, they have all the superpowers and all that shit. And so basically, this is going to be Scorpion and Sub-Zero's story in the very beginning of the fucking movie. They're just going to fling you into it. They're both from ninja rival clans, you know, samurai clans and fuck not. And Sub-Zero, well, this, I don't want to get into specifics because I don't want to go into spoilers, but basically, Scorpion's family gets murdered and he blames Sub-Zero, and then they become mortal enemies and shit. You know, Scorpion's killed, and you know he comes back. He's resurrected again as a specter, basically, and he only seeks revenge to kill Sub-Zero for killing his family. And that's the Mortal Kombat story. And that's gonna be like the first 10 minutes, which is fucking badass. I like the actors they chose. This guy who's playing Hanzo Hasashi, who's Scorpion, he was also in the Logan movie.
Okay.
He was a Silver Samurai. So
yeah,
he's been in tons of other movies, not just the Logan fucking movie. And he's good. He's good. I like what they've done. Skip this boxing guy image. Skip that image and go to the next one, and then we get the first image of Sub-Zero. But you know he's holding ice like that, so we only see part of his fucking mask. I have a couple of problems already. There's an M on his fucking forehead. For what?
Oh yeah.
For Mortal Kombat?
I guess.
I mean,
don't
is
know.
that why
Maybe?
is that why there's an M? Because for Mortal Kombat. I mean, that's fucking tacky. and I can't tell, but it looks like the mask that he wears at the bottom. It looks like it's really big. The part that's
It
covering his
looks
mouth,
huge, yeah.
it looks thick and it looks big. It looks thick.
Hmm.
So I'm curious to see what it actually looks like. Obviously, they're not letting us see it. You
Yeah.
know. Hopefully, it
By the
looks.
way, what is a helmet? Is it a helmet or is it supposed to be like
Do
bandages? It looks like plastic, dude.
it does. I mean, you know what Sub-Zero looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what they're
Yeah.
supposed to look like. I mean, like ninjas. You know, I don't know. Um, I would need to see it without the ice in front of it. I want to see how it looks, and then I'll judge it completely. But right now, it's worrying me. The first, like I said, the
Yeah.
first thing that worried me was there's an M on his fucking forehead for Mental. Like what? Like what? For Mortal Kombat? Like, come on, man. Anyways, let's
Yeah.
move on to the next image. This image I fucking love. It's Jax Briggs. Look at those metal arms. They're fucking beautiful. They
Yeah,
look
dude.
amazing. They look real. Man, I don't know who this actor is. He looks good. He looks just like Jax. I think Jax should look like. He looks legit.
Yeah.
And if you notice, he's holding on to a hammer. And who has a
Yeah.
hammer? And who has a hammer like that? The Emperor Shao Kahn. And oh my God, look at that! I mean, you can see his shoulder pads and armor across his arm. You know that's Shao Kahn. He's fighting. So that's fucking
Yeah.
cool. At least we know Shao Kahn's going to be in the movie. And the rumor is he's being played by this ex WWE star. I forget his name, Nathan something. It'll be down there, you know, when you see it online. But his name's Nathan something, and he's fucking huge. And if it's true that he's playing the Emperor Shao Kahn, I think he's perfect for the fucking role. Did you see the original '94 Mortal Kombat movies?
Yeah, of course.
All right, cool. Um, the next image we have Sonya Blade fighting Kano. That's Kano right there, and
Yeah,
she
so it
kind of
is a
looks. She
guy.
kind of looks like the original Sonya, the first Sonya they had casted. She kind
Yeah.
of looks like that lady. And then the next image we get a better look at Kano, and instead of having this whole, this whole part being metal, like
Yeah.
mechanical, I think it's just his eye, or maybe it's just that his eye is blind or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they dropped the ball on Kano's design here. That's just my opinion.
Could be. Maybe they'll make him a little bit more like metal after the movie progresses. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to turn back to that MMA fighter guy, and we're going to talk about this. I guess you could say new character.
Well, it's going to be a new one.
Yeah. So here's what the article says, and this is straight out of the article. It says, in the present day, we're going to be following a washed-up MMA fighter. His name is Cole. Cole, and that's him. And he's actually a real-life martial artist, this man who's playing him. And he says that Cole knows nothing about his heritage, and the only thing he knows is that he has a mysterious birthmark on his chest that he was born with. And the birthmark is in the shape of the Mortal Kombat symbol. Red flag number 2.
Another M.
No, a dragon. The Mortal Kombat symbol.
Oh, the dragon. Oh, I thought
A birthmark. Okay, number 1, you're already, I guess, I don't know if this is a new character. I don't know if this is one of the lesser known, underused characters that, maybe they didn't use. But the point is, you have already a lot of characters in Mortal Kombat. A lot of characters people love and already want to see. You could have followed Liu Kang in the story. You could have followed Sonya. You could have followed Jax. And you make a new character, and you put a
Random
stupid birthmark on him from birth. That's a dragon. He was born with that. Okay, I'm already getting really worried here, but I'm gonna keep on reading. The birthmark remains the only clue to Cole that Cole has when the sinister sorcerer and the Emperor of Outworld, Shang Tsung, and Shao Kahn, they send Sub-Zero, who now has powers because it's the present time, and they send him to hunt down Cole. Why? I don't know. It has something to do with the birthmark on his chest that looks like a Mortal Kombat dragon. So he goes on this adventure and he meets Jax Briggs, you know, the guy with the metal arms that we just saw. And he goes and talks to him because Jax has the same birthmark on his chest. Well, fuck me. Really? All right. And so he sends them on a quest to go find Sonya Blade. And I guess she sends him on another journey, and he ends up meeting Lord Raiden. And Raiden grants him sanctuary at the temple. And at the temple, Ko is going to meet the other fighters. He's going to meet Liu Kang and Kung Lao. And he's going to meet Kano there. And they're all training so that they can fight in the Mortal Kombat tournament. Flag number 3. So Kano's a good guy? Kano's training with the good guy to fight for the Earth Realm? What the fuck? They're changing the story.
Yeah, Kano was always the bad guy.
Yeah, he was always a bad guy. He was the guy who didn't give a fuck. He would betray anybody. I mean, he just wants money, you know? He's an arms dealer, for fuck's sakes. He doesn't give a shit about saving the Earth.
How popular do you think the video game is right now? The last title that they sent.
Look, honestly, the video game's always been legit. The video game is super popular with fans. Everybody loves the story. I mean, I bought the last 2 games. I bought Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat, you know, this last one, which was 11 or whatever. It's fucking legit, dude. I mean, the games are good. Unfortunately, it has such a fan base and people love these games and they know the story that changing it like this, it might backfire on them.
Yeah, it's one of those producer things that they're like, no, let's make a new character.
But here's the thing, dude. You think it would have been good because James Wan is fucking producing it. He's one of the producers. He's one of the ones who's been in there. But I just don't know why they went with bringing in a new character, putting a mark on his chest, and I don't know, just changing the story a bit. I mean, I understand you want to give us something new, but this is like...
Yeah.
There are going to be fatalities. There's going to be blood. They say it's going to be R. There's going to be fatalities. The first time ever we're actually going to see fatalities. That's kind of cool and cool. They said that they've showed it to test audiences, and the best thing that the test audiences liked about the movie were the fight scenes.
Okay, good.
And that's good, yeah, because that's what Mortal Kombat is. It's a fighting tournament. I mean, there's a story there, but it's mostly fighting. Yeah. That's what the game is.
Yeah, if it has good martial arts, then it's going to have a good following, but...
I just hope the story is
the introduction of new characters, I don't know about that.
I just hope the story doesn't suck as much as that second Mortal Kombat movie, Annihilation.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean, but I don't think anything could ever suck as bad as that.
Was that the one that had the CG, the really bad CGI, or was it the
first one? It had that fucking sci-fi channel fucking CG stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even putting down Sci-Fi Channel because I think they had better CG than that fucking movie. You know, that fucking tornado shark is better than that fucking movie. So, yeah, that's coming out sometime in April on HBO Plus. And
okay.
And in theaters.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it
in theaters, and yeah, I'm gonna watch it too. You know, it is what it is. Moving on. Oh, you're gonna love this, man. The Ray Fisher saga, and I'm just gonna call it saga, potentially has come to an end.
Oh, really?
Potentially. This might just go on for another 6 months. Who knows? This man loves to tweet, apparently. So remember, Warner came out with that statement, and that was the end of it. So this guy posted 2 very long tweets, and I'll have my thoughts on this. I just send them to you, and I'll start kind of reading it. This is the first page of the tweet. And I kind of like this because at least he says more things now. He still doesn't say the things they said to him.
He's still not lucid.
But he puts everything in order very nicely, and I kind of understand now. Except for the fact I still don't know what they said, I kind of understand the whole picture now. All right. So we start, and he says, I have received official confirmation that Warner Brother Pictures has decided to remove me from the cast of The Flash. And I'm sorry, Ray. That's partially your fault.
Yeah.
When you say on Twitter to the world, I will not make a movie if that guy is in charge. You're fucking telling the guy at the very top that he needs to step down so that you can come out in a movie? That's not gonna.
What? He's not gonna do that.
In any company, it would never fly. In any company, of course they wrote you out in the movie, bro. You just quit. You literally quit. And so they said, "Fuck, he doesn't want to come out in the movie." Well, then we'll write him out.
Yep.
Let's keep going. I strongly disagree with their decision, but it's one that is unsurprising. Well, duh. You pushed him into a corner, bro. This was your fault. Okay?
Yeah, he did it to himself.
Despite the misconception, Cyborg's involvement in The Flash was much larger than a cameo, and we knew it was larger than a cameo. He was going to build the fucking treadmill that the Flash uses to travel through time. I mean, that's the comic books. We saw that in Batman versus Superman when he suddenly appears to tell Bruce, "Oh shit, am I too early?" That's going to be from the Flash movie. You know?
Yeah.
So we know he was going to have a big role in the Flash movie. And so then he says, and while I do mourn the lost opportunity to bring Victor Stone back to the screen, bringing awareness to the actions of Walter Hamada will prove to be much more important contribution to our world. Once again, he's directly poking the guy at the top, which I still say it's a bad thing to be doing. Publicly. You know what I'm saying? It's the equivalent of anybody right now who has a job, because I know there's a lot of you motherfuckers who don't. Any one of you who has a job, this is the equivalent of you going on Twitter and saying, my boss is a piece of shit, and your boss follows you on Twitter.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent. What he did.
The same thing.
Okay, so the fact that he got written out of the movie should be no surprise to anybody. He says that the reasoning behind this declaration was twofold. Walter's purposeful attempt to undermine the Justice League investigation in order to protect his friend and former co-president Geoff Johns. Jeffrey Johns. Oh, Jeffrey Johns has been in the comic industry for years, if not decades. He's worked for DC. He's worked his way to the top of the totem pole. He's Warner Brothers' go-to guy when it comes to, hey, what kind of story should we do? Or, hey, read the script. Is this kind of good for the comic books? You know what I'm saying? He's like their Kevin Feige. That's what he has been. And whether you like it or not, he is a very, very important asset to Warner Brothers and DC films. He's their Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
Okay? And so that's why he's still there. That's why he was not going to get fired.
He wrote 2 pages of this shit.
Yeah, I know.
He should be a politician. He wrote a bunch of bullshit that doesn't make any fucking sense.
On July 7th.
People are going to be like, okay.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. All right. On July 7th, 2020, during a 57-minute long phone call with Walter, I made multiple attempts to have him escalate my claims of misconduct against Joss Whedon, Geoff Johns, and John Berg through the proper channels. Rather than to escalate the situation when I initially asked, Walter disparaged Joss Whedon and John Berg in an attempt to cover off for Geoff Johns. Now, it wasn't an attempt to cover for Geoff Johns. It was like, okay, they fucked up. I'm firing these 2 guys. But I can't fire this guy. He's worth too much goddamn money for the studio. That's why. Maybe Geoff Johns, maybe he did say something racist to him. Fuck you, Geoff Johns. If you're a fucking racist, you piece of shit, yeah, fuck you. But
yeah, go suck a dick.
I'm sorry, realistically, they're not going to fire him. He's making the money.
Yep.
He's making the money. When I altered Walter that Geoff was, in fact, a major contributor to the issue's experience, including blatant racism, Walter tried, but to no avail, to get me to reveal the names of witnesses and other specifics that could be used to forewarn Geoff of the claims Ian brought against him. Now that's his personal opinion. Walter asked him, what kind of things did he say? Was there anyone there who heard so I can ask them and I can prove this and fire him? And he didn't want to give up any names. Well, then that's your fault, dude. He wasn't trying to cover it up. He was asking you, hello, tell me who else heard so I can make sure you're telling the truth and I could really fire his ass. Maybe he could have gotten fired. Maybe G.F. Johns would have gotten fired if you would have said something. So he didn't say anything. He didn't tell him what they said, and he didn't tell him who heard. And I'll say another thing. Has any of the Justice League people come out and say, "Hey, I heard they called him the N-word"?
Nobody has.
Hey, did Aquaman come out? I heard they called him the N-word. They treated him like shit. They threw a fucking Coca-Cola at his face. Did any of them? Did Gal Gadot fucking say something? Has Ben Affleck said something? Has the
Nobody
Flash?
has
No.
said it.
You know why? Because they like their jobs.
Exactly.
Because they like making millions and making movies. A little bit more than this guy does. Hey, I'm sorry, but if I was offered a movie role and I was going to get paid millions of dollars and the director wants to call me a spick, I'm like, all right, fucking cracker. What else do you want me to do?
Yeah.
That's how I would be. I'd
Do
fucking
the job, get paid.
and I'd
and then
call him
go
a cracker
fucking-
too. I'm like, hey, no problem, cracker. Tell me, where do you want me to stand, motherfucker? Just make sure that paycheck is signed. And sent to the right address, bitch. And sent to the right address, bitch. You know, like, oh, man. Anyways, let's keep going, because this is 2 pages long.
It's 2 big fucking pages long.
All right. I don't even know where the fuck I was.
I just finished on the July 7th, 2020
All right.
thing.
Walter invited
and
that
then the next
he was briefed on Josh Whedon's problematic behavior well in advance to my speaking out on July 1st, 2020. That briefing likely came from G.F. Johns, with whom Walter served as co-president of DC Films. Exactly, you dumbass. I mean, you're saying right, you see why they didn't fire him? Regardless of how he was made aware, Walter knew that there was a legitimacy to my claims against Josh Whedon. Yet, he persisted in trying to minimize and dismiss the situation. Yeah, because nobody wants bad publicity for a fucking studio, you idiot. You're going publicly on Twitter, bad mouthing the fucking studio and the people that work with it. Stocks are going down in 2020 and you're fucking up like this. All right, anyways. I'm getting riled up by hearing him bitch and complain, dude, because it's like he's being a baby. Claiming that it's the producer's job to protect the director. Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, that's his investment. He's fucking investing money on the movie. And that he was looking to move beyond anything to do with Zack Snyder's Justice League. It wasn't until I argued Walter down that he agreed to escalate my claims, citing that it was above his pay grade. And it probably was, knowing that he had overstepped and had no intention of backing down. Walter made matters worse by making me a tastelessly self-aware joke about not wanting me to put him on Twitter about this. I don't think it was a joke, man. I think he was being serious. He was like, dude, please don't post stuff on Twitter. You're making us look bad. Well, here we are. Moving on to page 2. Oh, man, this fucking guy, dude. He wrote that was just barely page 1, people. This fucking guy wrote 2 fucking pages of this shit.
And we skipped some paragraphs.
Yeah, we skipped because I'm already feeling tipsy and I've been smoking. All right. Despite Walter's best efforts, the Justice League investigation was able to expose the racist, corrosive, discriminatory, and retaliatory behavior of G.F. Johns during his tenure of Warner Media's affiliates. It has also led to more immediate parting of ways between Warner Media and Josh Whedon. While it may be legally and financially safer to quietly face G.F. Johns out or let Josh Whedon exit on his own accord, I share neither of those responsibilities. My responsibilities are and have been to try to protect those who were brave enough to lend their voice to the Justice League investigation, to use what little power I possess to ensure that the workplace behavior exhibiting during the Justice League reshoots and its investigations never happens again. No, sir. I think your responsibility was to play the goddamn character for the fans.
That was your first responsibility.
Now, your second responsibility, you say that you want to protect those people who lend their voice. You kind of forced them. You made an investigation, and they had to go and investigate everyone. They had to go and interview people. People had no choice but to talk.
Yep.
You put them in a position where they might get fired, bro, because they had to say the truth.
Yep.
And now you're I guess you're feeling guilty about it. No, whatever. No one in any profession should have to argue with their employer for any claim of abuse, racism, or discrimination to be taken up the proper chain of command. And no one in any position of leadership should attempt to dissuade those wishing to report such claims from doing so. Partially agree with that statement. Partially agree.
Yeah.
The first statement, fuck yeah. You know, but he keeps going about the chain of command. And it's like you were breaking the chain of command when it came to it. I mean, you went straight to the main guy. You brought up the claims, and then you keep on blasting the studio and him, especially because you keep mentioning him by name, like if he was the one who called you those fucking racist things, which he didn't.
Yeah.
And you blast him on Twitter. And I'll put this into perspective because and this is my own fucking story. A long time ago when I was in my 20s, I worked at a fucking place, and there was this one employee who one day on our busiest day, at the end of the fucking day, we thought he just called in sick, but at the end of the day, he comes around the corner and we're like, what the fuck? Where you been? Where you been? He goes, oh, I was upstairs. I fell asleep. And we're like, were you on the clock this whole time? He's like, oh yeah, fuck. And I turn around and look at my manager. You believe this shit? And my manager just laughs. Oh, typical. And I was like, the fuck's going on here? He just got paid 8 hours to fucking sleep while the rest of us worked.
Yeah.
And no one is reprimanding him. So I did what this guy did. I said, fuck the chain of command. I'm calling the corporate offices. I'm fucking busting this wide open. Well, it turns out Mr. Sleeping on the Job was the head of human relations, or what do they call it? HR at corporate.
Human resources.
Yeah, human resources at corporate. It was the nephew. So, because I skipped all the chain of commands and went all the way to the top, I mean, I fucking found the guy's number, man. I called the guy at the very top. And I told him, hey, do you think it's right that an employee should come in, clock in, and then go sleep somewhere and then clock out? And he goes, well, certainly not. Well, that's exactly what happened this past Sunday, and nobody did anything about it. That's what I said. Oh, he got...
Really? Who is this person you're talking about?
And he was pissed.
Oh, my nephew. No, yeah, he's okay. Don't worry about it.
It wasn't his nephew. It was the person below him. Her nephew. He got reprimanded. He didn't get fired because, hello, he's still in the family. He didn't get fired, but he got reprimanded. But from then on, life was a living hell for me. And I regretted my decision. And I quit on my own because I was like, you know what? Fuck this place, man. Like, I could go work anywhere else. I mean, you can. You don't have to stay anywhere. If somebody's not treating you right, fucking go work somewhere else. You know, it is what it is.
Exactly.
Well, fuck them. They can.
All right,
stay
now
there.
you're getting out of the subject.
I'm getting out of the subject. Walter's actions have transformed this narrative from an investigation of on-set misconduct in 2017 to the examination of the present-day cover-up of culture of Hollywood. His contribution, and he's still bad-mouthing him. I don't think he's. No one in Warner Brothers is ever gonna hire you again, bro.
Yeah, he's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you're lucky if another studio hires you, and I hope they do. I honestly hope they do, man. I'm not trying to be a bad guy. Like, fuck, I wanted to see Cyborg. It pisses me off that this has had to go down.
Yeah.
But he's still bad-mouthing them on Twitter. You know, and then he goes, his contribution to Warner Brothers Pictures September 4th statement to the rap was false, cowardly, and reckless. It wasn't false. You said, if this guy's going to be in charge, I'm not going to make a movie. And so he said, this guy just fucking quit the movie.
Yeah.
Because I ain't stepping down. You know what I mean?
Okay. This guy had the choice of doing this on the down low. Like he could have
Yes.
like done all of this,
Yes.
got with HR, shouldn't fucking like blasted this online on Twitter like from left to right, and he could have still gotten
He
some
did what I
his
did.
role.
He did what I did when I was fucking 20 something
Hmm.
years old and I got fucked over at work. That's what he did. I was there already,
Hmm.
bro. I
Yeah,
know. You
yeah.
know?
So I mean, if I was him and something like that would happen to me, I would just not fucking blast that online all the like. I would have done my job, finished it, get paid, and then be like, I'm never gonna work with these motherfuckers ever again. And then once everything is done, and I got paid, and the movie's done,
Yeah.
then I'll be like, fuck those people. I'm never working with them again. They
And there
racist.
has
Blah blah
been
blah 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 blah
celebrities.
blah
There's
blah.
been tons of celebrities who have done that after they made their
Yeah,
6, 7 movies and they move on to a different
yeah,
studio that they don't have to work at that place anymore. They talk
hmm,
shit. Oh yeah, working in that movie
yeah.
sucked ass. I was
Oh
drunk
yeah,
all the time. They say it all the time because they don't have to work there anymore, dude. But if you're
exactly.
there and they're gonna make movies in the future, why are you gonna go on Twitter and badmouth the fucking workplace you work at?
Especially when you when your job is so hard to get, dude. You're an actor. You need to
Yeah,
fucking like
that's what I mean. There's
get through all these hoops and loops, and to get a badass fucking like paycheck and recognition on film cinema, and then you
we
do all this
make
shit,
we
man, to
make a
fuck it all up.
fraction of what he got paid in that goddamn movie, and he
Yeah,
just blew it. He blew it. I mean,
yeah,
it pisses me off. Maybe he's young. Maybe this is going to be a
yeah,
learning experience for him. You know, I'm not saying that the racist things that were said were wrong.
yeah. That's never
I
okay.
still want to know what they said. I
Yeah.
mean, already,
We
dude,
we want some clarity.
you're
Like we
fired.
want to know because he's been talking about this shit for
Yeah.
what, months,
No,
years.
no, no, not years. This
Uh,
this whole year. It was just 2020. All of
it's months
2020.
then.
Yeah, months,
Yeah.
months.
So I mean, I guess people are like gonna be just like you and me and react like, well, this motherfucker doesn't fucking say anything. So how we know that he's telling the truth is
I mean, I
he's
look.
like just
I don't. I'm not saying
yeah.
that he's not saying the truth. He obviously was. John Berg and fucking Josh Wheaton. They were let. They were, get the fuck out of here. They were let go. So something happened. It was true, but what was it? Okay, so here's the next tweet, and actually this wasn't even a tweet. This was a report. Warner Media, AT&T released. AT&T, like I'm saying, we're gonna call it how it is. AT&T released a statement, and they said after these tweets, after that 2-page fucking monologue and shit, Warner Media came out and they said this. Oh, and this was the chair and CEO of Ann Sarnoff of Warner Media, AT&T. I believe in Walter Hamada, and that he did not impede or interfere in the investigation. Furthermore, I have full confidence in the investigation's process and findings. Walter is a well-respected leader, known by his colleagues, peers, and me as a man of great character and integrity. As I said in Walter's recent deal extension announcement, I'm excited about where he's taken DC Films and look forward to working with him and the rest of the team to build out the DC multiverse. Dude, the people. Okay, so this is DC, and we got Walter Hamada on top of that pyramid. But
Yep.
like any company, the pyramid gets bigger, and there's people above that motherfucker.
Yeah, of course.
The bitch at the very top said, "We love this guy.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get
I don't
rid
know
of
what you're
him."
talking about. We love this motherfucker.
Yeah. So, look, he fucked up. He fucked up. Like you said earlier, he could have done this all on the down low. Me personally,
Yeah.
even if he did the tweets and all of that shit, dude, they got rid of Josh Wheaton. They got rid of fucking John Berg. That would have been enough for me. That would have been enough. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, I can't expect to take down GF Johns with the respect and credibility that he has and experience that he has. I can't expect for them to get fired. And Walter Hamada, who is the guy at the top of DC Films, why would I even want? He didn't even do anything to me, so I think I would have been happy already. I would have said shit. I would have come out in the next Flash movie, Cyborg, and then maybe they would have given me my own fucking movie, Cyborg, by myself, and I would have made even more millions and become a bigger star. Shit, and then after that, I could have been in a movie with Denzel Washington. Who the fuck knows? But now, I'll be lucky if another fucking studio gives me a job. Because Warner, I can tell you right now, Warner Brothers is not going to hire Ray Fisher.
No, he's a
Warner Media is not going to hire Ray Fisher.
People, companies don't want someone who's like disturbing.
Yeah.
Whatever is, like happening.
We don't want people coming in and fucking up the way we make millions of dollars, billions of dollars.
I do understand his position with the whole like social injustice or whatever the fuck he was trying to say.
They got rid of those people, but he kept on. He says, "No, I want everyone to the very top to fucking step down." That's what he was basically doing. He said, "I want all of them to get down on my like." Dude, you got rid of the people who called you the names. They got rid of them. And now you want to take out the other people above them, even though they have nothing to do. Well, G.F. Johns might have had something to do with it. I don't know, because he still hasn't said. But Walter Hamada had nothing to do with it, and you kept on calling him out over and over on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done with this guy. I'm sick about talking to this guy.
All right, we're back. Let me just finish this beer and open the new one. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
The Hollywood Reporter recently had an interview with Ben Affleck, and he opened up about his struggles with playing Batman and being in the Justice League movie. This is a direct quote from Ben Affleck. "I did Batman because I wanted to do it for my kids. I wanted to do something that my son would dig." Dig? Come on, Ben. I mean, my kids didn't go see Argo. Fuck no, I hope they didn't. He's a cool guy. Anyways, he goes on and he says, Zack Snyder wanted to do a version of Frank Miller's Dark Knight from the graphic novel, which is a really good version of that. Unfortunately, there are a lot of reasons why things go the way they do in the movie business, and just because your face is on the poster doesn't mean you're dictating all of those things. And even if you were, they wouldn't go well. I wore the suit to my son's birthday party, which was worth every moment of suffering on Justice League. He goes on because at this time, he had a drinking problem and he had to go to rehab. I was actually a troll. I trolled once. There was an article about he went to an orphanage and was helping kids, and I went on there on that article and I put a comment. I'm like, "Hey, who let this fucker out of rehab?" And he went and he liked my comment. I was like, "Hey, that's a cool guy, man, who knows when to laugh at himself, Anyways, he says, "I started drinking too much around the time of Justice League, and it was a hard thing to confront and face to deal with. I've been sober for a while now. I feel really good, healthy and good as I ever felt. And the process of recovering from alcoholism has been very instructive. I have no idea what he's talking about. I think it's great for people who aren't alcoholics, like be honest, have integrity, take accountability, help other people. It's good to set things that they teach to you. It took me a little while to get it. I had a few slips like most people, but I feel really good. Ben, I'm glad you're sober, bro. Here's to you."
Cheers, man. Here's for the beers you're never gonna drink again.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I hope at the very least you're still smoking weed, dude.
He probably is, yeah. He knows Kevin Smith.
Oh man. The internet and pretty much everyone who is a comic geek has been going crazy because we finally got the premiere of WandaVision on Disney Plus. And Disney Plus didn't hold back. They threw 2 episodes at us the first day.
Yep.
What do you think? You go. Start to finish.
Okay.
And then I'll give you my words. Let's go the first episode. Let's start the first episode. First episode first.
Okay, first
episode number 1.
Very I Love Lucy, Bewitched kind
Bewitched.
of.
More Bewitched than anything.
Yeah, more Bewitched. Feeling to it, black and white. It didn't even have the white frame. It was a regular letterbox TV. Letterbox or regular? I don't know. But they actually committed to the feel and even the jokes for this show, you know?
And I know how they committed because there was parts where I was just like...
yeah, exactly. Me too. I was like...
But then I was like... Then I would laugh when they would say a joke. Because you keep expecting comic book stuff. You want fucking heroes fighting and shit. But they really did give you a fucking... They gave you a Bewitched episode. They gave us a fucking Bewitched episode. A whole little plot but there was little sprinkles of something's going on here.
Exactly. I think the first part when I was like, oh, okay. So the first part in this episode where I thought, oh, okay, there's something wrong. This is not meant to be. Or maybe she's sheltering, she's making all of this up to shelter herself because of the loss of the vision, right? So she's making all this thing up in her head, maybe. I'm not sure. But the first, hint of there's something wrong was when the vision was at work and he was like, what do we even do in this place, man? And I do computer stuff, yeah, but what are we researching? What are we doing? And everyone's very nonchalant, like, hey, don't worry about it. Just, be your best and shit like that. You know, very 50s, 60s TV.
Yeah.
Perfect family, perfect, friends and job and everything. But yeah, that was the first hint. The second hint was towards the end when they all sit down and have dinner with the boss and the boss's wife.
Yeah, when that little episode that happens at the end where she's dying and everyone's just like they don't know what to do and shit.
What I was thinking is that when he was very inquisitive and asking hey, so why are you guys here? What is your story? And she was basically feeling pressured by this guy. I think unconsciously she was trying to kill the guy. Shut up. She was choking him. She wasn't able to do anything. She actually asked Vision, do something. Or help him, Her
powers are weak. I feel like maybe, if this isn't in her mind, or I don't know how they're going to explain what this is, but I feel like maybe she doesn't know what she can do yet. Because there's parts she goes to the kitchen and she's going to make them dinner and shit. And I'm like, couldn't she just go and it'll appear right there? She doesn't have to cook it. But there she is trying to cook and using her powers to cook. And I was like, she could just go boom, chicken, cooked, ready to go.
I think it's she's conflicted, obviously. She there's something in there that she's trying to figure out in her own mind.
I mean, not to give away too many spoilers, and there's going to be spoilers every
This is pretty much already
This is a fucking spoiler show. So if you're watching this, fuck you, it's spoiler show, all right? There's spoilers. Every time we're going to talk, every time you watch anything, there's going to be spoilers. We're going to spoil shit. Don't watch us if you don't want to. Don't watch us if you don't want. Anyways, the spoilers. That friend that shows up, Agnes.
Do you think that she's, what's her name? I forgot her name. She's a witch. Because, that witch, she was one of the original Salem witches, and she survived. And she wears a brochure, I think. What's it called? Not a brochure. A brooch.
No, yeah. I mean, she is. I think. Look, Agnes, that girl. I think she. She is behind it. But I feel like it's her character that is the one that's behind what's going on.
You think so?
I think she's not doing. I think she is doing it. Wanda's fucking doing it in her mind, or she's creating it. But she's being. She's being manipulated to do this.
Because then you have that shot of someone taking notes, watching a TV set of some sort. End. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
and
we've seen the trailers, so we know that there's an organization out there, and their name is Sword, and they're the ones that are investigating this phenomenon. The phenomenon, if you've seen the
mhm,
trailers, you kind of understand what's going on. So there's this bubble like that, right? In the real world, there's a bubble like that, and she's inside that bubble, and in that bubble, she has that reality. Everything's black and white, and Vision's there, and that's what's happening inside that bubble. And outside that bubble, that's where the sword is. It's not. It's like Shield, but they're another organization. They're called Sword, and they're there, and
yeah,
they're studying it. They're the ones that are watching the shit on the screen and studying her. And they're trying to figure out how to get in there. There's an actress that's in there. There's an actress that's in there. The African American girl, Monica Rambeau.
yeah,
You saw her in the show, right? The
yeah. I
girl
saw
that
her, yeah, on the trailer.
yeah, yeah. No, you've seen her in the show. In the first, did she come out in the first episode? No, she didn't. She came out in the second episode.
No, second one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later. But in
yeah.
the trailer, you've seen her in the trailer. She's obviously working for Sword. She's actually the little girl from Captain Marvel, but she's all grown up because this is in the present day. So she's grown up,
Gotcha.
and she's in there. And I guess when these people, it's kind of like they send in their like, oh shit, what is this bubble? We need to figure out. And so they send people in, and when those people go in
Yeah,
there, they become part of that world. They turn black
yeah.
and
They
white,
get sucked in.
and they forget who they
Yeah,
are because now Wanda's creating their reality. And so now, oh, I'm her neighbor. But that's not really all those people. They're
yeah,
trapped in there, and they're not her neighbors. They're fucking Sword agents that were sent in there. That's what I think. There were Sword agents that were sent in there, and they got stuck in there because she's creating this, and she's making them their
yeah.
neighbors. And that's why she asked them like,
Um,
"Who are you, and what are you doing here?" You know, and they're also confused too. You know, when they're
yeah,
talking, they're also confused about
yeah.
shit too.
Yeah, stuff that, yeah. I totally get it. Like I see that more where she's creating this world. Maybe she's not trying to, and maybe she's mourning, and she went into a, I don't know, like a
I think she's being
deep.
that could be a possibility. She's mourning,
Mhm,
and yeah, and she's doing this because she's mourning the Vision.
yeah,
Um, I think that it could be that it's somebody's manipulating her, and I think it's that Agnes, that
Agnes.
that girl. I think it's
Could
her
be,
because you were talking
could
about the
be.
witches. You were talking about the witches,
Yeah.
and I think it
Hmm.
all coincides with that. If she's the one
Yeah.
manipulating her to do this,
Yeah.
um,
What was she the one that helped her with her powers in the comic books? Because it sounds like she's an old witch, and if she's an old witch, then maybe she had some sort of interaction with Wanda before all of this happened with Age of Ultron and stuff like that.
so in the comic books,
Uh,
her name is Agatha Harkness.
Agatha. There you go.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
crazy part about it is that her character has always been associated with Mephisto. And if you know anything about Mephisto, Mephisto is the Marvel Universe's version of Satan or the devil. The devil.
Hmm.
Mephisto is the devil. And they said some shit like there's quotes in both episodes, but this first episode there was a quote in there, and they said devil like something about the devil, and then they all laughed, and
Yeah.
I was just like, what? That was fucking out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know if they're gonna bring in Mephisto. There's a lot of people on the internet that are talking about Mephisto's gonna be in this. I think to bring in the devil is gonna be kind of weird.
Well, if Disney calls it Mephisto, then it's not the devil, right? So they're gonna be like, yeah, we can get away with that one.
But he basically is.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know, but
Marvel
like,
doesn't call him the devil; they call him
it's
Mephisto.
it's not the same in writing. In writing, it's just like, oh, it's Mephisto, you know.
He's got a point.
So that's how you
So
get around with shit like that.
yeah, moving on. Episode 2. And I was
Yeah.
hoping like this is what got to me. Is I was cool with the first episode of Bewitched. They gave us a
Yeah,
whole episode of Bewitched.
pretty
Okay,
much. Yeah.
that's what they gave us. And then they gave us a second whole episode. Okay,
Yeah.
here's another thing. They were short. They were like 20
Yeah.
29, 24 minutes. They were short. They were like under 30 minutes. They were short. Um,
Yeah.
which is probably why they released 2. But they gave us 2 Bewitched episodes, and
Yeah.
that bothered me.
But you know what? I wasn't very happy with it either. At the beginning, I was like, okay, this is gonna something
I thought
funny's
it was
gonna happen,
yeah,
and it did,
it
but
happened
not
at
to
the
the
end.
level that I thought it was gonna be
No,
expecting. You know?
like I thought they were gonna transition into the next era on
Yeah,
the next episode, but that didn't happen until the end of the episode.
yeah,
So it
exactly.
bothered me that we saw two Bewitched episodes, and I was like, I mean, if I wanted to watch Bewitched, I would be watching
Yeah,
Bewitched, but I'm not.
exactly. Yeah, no, it didn't feel like you were watching Marvel. Yeah, the characters
The,
are
the
there.
first the first
They're not
episode, yes,
working
the
as
first
their
episode because
characters.
it was new. It was like, yeah, wow, wow.
Yeah,
But by the second episode, where it was basically the same thing. It was a Bewitched episode. I was
yeah,
just like, no, you're dragging it on too long. It's like one of those
yeah,
jokes that we already laughed about it, and you say it
yeah.
again, and it's like, well, I mean, it's not funny anymore. I already got it out of my system.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell the premise of the season story within the first episode. Some, other, series will do it on the second one, but they don't. I mean, I felt like it was dragging a
It
bit.
was dragged for two
You know?
episodes. If it was just gonna
Yeah.
be one episode, and that
Hmm.
was it, or you would have made the story longer. But you gave us
You know,
two Bewitched
yeah.
episodes. You really did, Marvel.
I honestly
Kevin
think
Feige.
that
Sorry.
they were trying to make it a like creepy, but they couldn't get quite there because they were doing all these jokes and whatnot. They could have gotten there, I think, in my opinion, if they did the same intro from the second episode, because it looked a lot more like polished. Like, oh, this looks like a 1950s show now. Like it has the little cartoon at the beginning.
Yeah,
Now, like
they
that
could have done
looked
that, and they could have done that in the beginning of the first episode. You're right.
exactly,
Hmm.
and it would have, because like let's pretend like they all did it in black and white, like cartoon, and then serious stuff comes around like when they were arguing. That would have made a little bit more of an impact. Like, oh shit, like it's a cartoon, but someone's dying, is choking, and then you can like change that or transition into reality, black and white, and it'll be more creepy, eerie. I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah, they did drag it a lot. Second episode, they were talking a little bit more. They were explaining a little bit more about the idea of like what's going on, because what was that scene where she saw an airplane outside of the house, right? Um,
The little helicopter.
it was a helicopter or was it a plane? I'm not sure.
It was a
Uh,
helicopter, and then
yeah,
the beehive guy came out, and she said no, and it rewinded,
yeah,
and he wasn't there.
yeah. And it was, by the way, everything's in black and white except for that
And
toy.
and
The
look,
toy is symbolic.
and did you not see on the toy the sword symbol?
Yeah, I did.
That's the
And it was red
organization.
and yellow.
That's the organization that I'm
Yeah,
talking about. And when the beehive guy came out, on the back of his on his back, the
yeah.
sword logo was there.
Hmm.
And
I don't know if you noticed, but like when they were doing the magic trick and they bring the box, you can clearly see the gemstone on the box for that magic trick, like sparkling out. It's basically the gemstone.
oh
It's
wow.
it's yeah,
On the
it's a
box, it's on
gemstone.
the box. I didn't even
It's
look at
on the
it. It's I
box.
didn't even look at it.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's basically the gemstone, and it
Yeah.
has like
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
coming out.
Yeah.
It was very simple, but it's just you see it. That's it.
Yeah,
Like
it
so
was
you
the
can
mind
tell like
stone.
some of the stuff is in the back of the head of Wanda. So like when you have a dream and everything seems to be
Yeah.
too like
Yeah.
good to be
Exactly.
true. When you wake up, you're like, oh, that's why I dreamed that because I saw that or whatever. It's in the back of your head, right? So there was other stuff in there too. I don't know if you noticed, but like when you go and see the paper, the newspaper and whatnot, there's stuff on the paper that says, for example, like there was one that said like something lobster, and it was like a takeaway or like a shop or whatever. And then the next scene, she's cooking lobsters, you know, little stuff like that. Then I'm like, oh, maybe they're like they're trying to insinuate this is all in her head, like she's making all of this up, but at the same time there's like stuff. Now, set all that aside. Is Vision alive? Did she bring him to life,
Here's the
or is
thing.
that all in her head?
That's what I'm scared of. I hope they say he at the very end of this. I hope he's back. I hope he's alive.
Yeah,
But I'm scared I'm scared that it's gonna be just something that she made up, and he's
Yeah.
gonna go away. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think he's alive. I want him to because he's such a cool character,
Yeah, he is. He's a
and
fucking badass
I loved
character.
it every time you see him fly and with the cape. It looks
Yeah.
fucking so sick, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
looks so awesome, and we didn't
Yeah.
get to see enough of him. You know, it was just like
Yeah.
little.
Exactly.
But every time he was on the screen and he was using his powers, it was just like, dude, this guy's like God. He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's
On Age of
they
Ultron, I thought
we
like
don't
they were
need
gonna
the
put him a lot
Avengers.
more.
We just need Vision. This guy, I mean, he's pretty much very powerful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we only got to see a little bit. And so I hope that he's back. I really do hope he's back,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I feel like Marvel's going to say no, he's really dead at the end of this. I think that's what they're going to do.
Wanda has the power of actually rebuilding the stone. She does have that power.
Well, something's going to happen. We've seen it in the trailer. The stone's like right in front of her and she's staring at it like all crazy.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Something's going to happen. Something's
It
going to
looks kind of
fucking
like
happen.
an implosion. Like she built it again. Like she made it
rebuilds
from
it.
scratch. I don't know. So it could be a possibility that she can bring Vision back.
But then they have to build him a body.
That's a good question.
They have to build him a body.
That's a good point.
The body was
That's
destroyed.
a good point. 'Cause, well,
he has a big hole in
I
his
mean-
fucking skull, dude. They need to build a new head. At the very least,
I know.
they need to build a new head.
That is true. That is true. But I doubt like they just left them there in the middle
No,
of
fuck
Wakanda.
no. The Black Panther has him.
They have the body.
They have the body there in Wakanda. You know what? Maybe they already repaired it. They already made. They have the body there.
They have the technology, man.
But they just need the stone. Oh,
They just need the stone. Exactly.
Kevin Feige, make it happen. Vision
Yeah.
can
No, I'm
still
pretty
be
sure
alive.
they will. They will. No,
No.
they're gonna bring him back.
Look, dude, I don't think so because the whole thing about Marvel is like you're transitioning not only through movies and phases, but through actors.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They're also they're getting rid of actors and they're getting new ones. Like that's
Yeah.
gonna keep happening. We're gonna keep seeing heroes either disappear or just never come out again, or some of them are gonna start dying, dude. We're gonna start seeing that shit. And we've
I
already
don't know.
seen it.
I think
You know,
the actor who plays Vision, was it the same actor that did the voices from the beginning?
yes, from the very beginning, he
From
did
the
Jarvis.
beginning?
He did
Oh, that's
Jarvis from the
fucking
very
badass.
fucking beginning.
That is
And it's
fucking
funny
badass.
because his wife, Jennifer Connelly, after they made Vision and Tony Stark needed a new AI, and he put her in. It was Friday. She did the voice. His wife, Jennifer Connelly, did the voice, and she was the one in.
Oh.
She's the one from Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
That's his wife.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. That's so cool.
They have
That's
kids
a good
and shit.
factoid there.
Yeah, and
That's cool.
she she does the voice for Friday, and we're not gonna hear her anymore because Tony Stark is dead.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Uh,
All right, I'm gonna get another beer, but we're gonna be right back, and we're gonna get into some more Marvel news that happened this week. Cheers, man.
Cheers, my friend.
All right. There's been rumors that Captain America, Mr. Chris Evans, is in talks to come back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that there's a contract in the works. And, sorry, it got a little dark there. I gotta turn some light on. That there's a contract in the works and that he's close to signing a deal to come back. Of course, because as soon as somebody spreads a rumor on the fucking internet, everyone goes crazy and everyone starts reporting it. Everyone, all the news outlets, all the geek fucking tabloids, everybody on YouTube is fucking talking about Chris Evans is coming back as Captain America. You know, Chris Evans a day or two later is all like, he posts this on Twitter. This is news to me. You know, but he could be also covering up.
True.
You know,
I mean, basically his character has let way for other characters to fill in, you know, like with his superhero, and
I feel like this is how he could come back, and the only ways he could come back.
yeah.
If it's flashbacks,
Yeah.
if it's like a movie that takes place in the past, and since he
Yeah.
went back to live his life with Peggy Carter, and the movie takes place during that,
Yeah.
that could be it. Or like in the comic,
Animation.
no, like in the comic books, in the comic books, they reverted. I don't know. I forget how this happened, but basically, Captain America went to looking to the age that he should, and we had old man Captain America in the comic books for a long time. Actually, he worked for Shield, but he was old the way old man Captain America looked. By the
Yeah.
way, they did a good job when they made Chris Evans look like an old man. They did
Yeah,
a
that was pretty good.
super. Hey, don't you think that he looks a little bit like Joe Biden?
He does.
Old man Captain America from the Marvel movies looks just like
He
Joe
just needs the
Biden.
Ray-Ban stuff.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He looks like Joe Biden.
Uh, Uncle
I'm
Joe.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he does. But
Anyways,
okay, yeah.
straight
People are
out of it.
blowing it out of proportions just because he talked with the company a little bit and he did something with this contract. But like you said, it could be several things. It could be that he's on a, looking back at
I don't
the,
think he's
like,
coming back as a character. It'll be a small appearance here, like I said, one of these
yeah,
cameo things in a movie or something. Or they're asking him to direct a movie. This guy has been wanting to
probably.
become a director. He doesn't want to be an actor anymore. He said he wants to start directing movies. He wants to move
There
on
you
to
go.
the next phase in his career. So maybe he's just fucking wanting to direct a movie, and Marvel's all like, maybe you want to direct this project, and
Probably, yeah.
maybe that's what the talk was about. They're just testing the waters with him, you know.
He needs to get some chores from Fabro.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, that's how you do. Farvo started as also as an actor, you know. He
Yeah.
was an actor, and you got to get in there. You got to get in there somehow, you know. Once you're a
Yep.
respected actor, you've made the studio millions and billions of dollars. You have some pull, and yeah, I think it could be anything. I don't think we're gonna see Captain America 3, the movie. We're not.
No,
We're not
no,
gonna
no,
fucking
no.
see another Captain America movie. He's not gonna come out and fucking be in an entire fucking movie. It's gonna be, if he does, it's a scene or two, or he's gonna direct a movie. I think that's as far as I think it goes.
Yeah. I'm thinking either that or voiceovers or, how they're doing the whole like what if series. I'm pretty sure he lent his voice to that too.
Yeah, of course,
Maybe
of
they're
course.
extending it so he needs to do more voiceovers. I'm
Oh,
not
you're
sure.
right. That's what they could be using him for. You're right. They need his voice.
Yeah,
I mean, he just had a talk with them. It doesn't mean shit. They say, "Oh shit,
exactly.
he's renewing his contract." Like, fuck you. Were you there? Were you there, motherfucker? No, you weren't. Like, shut the
And
fuck up.
quite honestly, I don't think he's the most desirable person to go back to the Marvel universe. I think the most desirable person to go back to the universe would be Robert Downey Jr.
All right. This week on the fucking in America.
in America.
This week in America. Um, Images started going on the internet, on Twitter, mostly on Twitter, because that's where everything gets around nowadays.
Hmm.
Of one of these proud boys, these motherfucking proud boys, who raided the Capitol, and one of
Hmm.
them was wearing I guess a patch, an insignia. I have a naked chick, but he has a fucking insignia, and it has a skull on it. Kind of resembles the Punisher skull. I mean, I personally, not really.
For us geek, we know the difference. This is not
Yeah, us
the
geeks
fucking
know the
funny.
difference. So then
This is
the internet went fucking mad,
yeah.
and they started fucking being like, "Hey, Marvel, you need to retire the character of the Punisher because he's a white supremacist racist who represents the Proud Boys, piece of shit." And I'm just like, okay, so here's the Punisher logo next to this fucking Proud Boys shit. I I
Nothing
don't
to do with that.
I don't think it looks like it.
No, not at all. If anything, it looks more like the Red Skull, and he's a bad guy.
I mean, it's a skull. It's a skull. It's just a
Yeah, it's a
skull. I
skull.
mean, it's not
All skulls look
necessarily the
alike,
Punisher
man.
skull. It's not the Punisher skull by
It's
any
not.
means. Um, but whatever. And what's his name? The actor who plays the Punisher on who played the Punisher on the Netflix series,
John something.
John Berthnall. He tweeted this. Uh, and actually, he retweeted this, and he replied to something KZ the writer. I don't know who the fuck he is, but we're gonna give him props. He said, "I'm a Punisher fan. No matter how many nut jobs steal his logo, I'll still be a Punisher fan. They don't understand what it truly symbolizes. If they did, they wouldn't be wearing it. I'm not going to let them take it from me. The Punisher
Yeah, of
logo, the
course.
Punisher Marvel at Johnny Bernthal." And
Yeah.
he replied, he retweeted this, and he replied, and he said, "I'm with you. Beautiful work. These people are misguided, lost, and afraid. They have nothing to do with Frank stands. They have nothing to do with what Frank stands for or what he's about. Big love to you, Jay."
Yeah.
He's right.
Frank is obviously the character
What the fuck
that he
does a
plays.
charge have to do with
Yeah.
whatever the fuck some
Yeah.
idiots are doing in
Just because a
Washington?
fucking idiot wears something that like you respect or don't know about, that doesn't mean that he represents what that fucking logo is.
And the biggest example of that, and people are gonna, I know people are on the internet and gonna get all crazy about this, but the biggest example of that is the swastika. Before the Nazi Party adopted it, the swastika was actually a sign of good luck.
Yeah.
When you saw that, it was a sign of good luck. You wish,
Yeah. It
good
was
luck.
Asian, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was a sign of good luck, and it was a sign for the planet Mars. You know
And
what?
people don't remember, they don't
The
read.
Punisher, the Punisher's the shit. Fuck you if you're trying to end the Punisher. He has
Yeah.
nothing to do with what's going on in politics or in social events.
Watch The Punisher. You'll see why this is not the same thing.
It's a comic book
Watch
character.
it.
Fuck you. Suck my
Yeah,
dick. It has nothing to
exactly.
do with you and your politics and your views. It has nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
This is entertainment. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, because this shit's pissing me off just talking about it. Oh shit. It's the end of an era, Kike.
What happened?
And it's the end of a bad era, too. They announced earlier this week, and I'm fucking excited about this, that Lucas, and again, this is Disney, but basically, Lucasfilm Games now exists. Lucasfilms Games now exists.
Games.
And so all of their games, their properties that they made in all the other consoles and all the other studios, they own it now, and what royalties are come to them. But from now on, they get to choose what studios makes the games. And so the end of EA Sports making Star Wars games is over. And I'm not gonna disrespect EA, although we're going to. Let me not lie. We're gonna disrespect EA, but I'm gonna give them a little bit of props because they didn't become a huge multi-million-dollar company with a huge name that everyone knows by making shitty games. They didn't become what they are by making shitty games. They make good games. They make good fucking sports games, if that's what you're into. And they made Star Wars Battlefront, the first game, and it was good. I played that with 10-year-olds for months online with random 10-year-olds and fucking guys who sit in their basements, on their mother's basements. For months I played with those weird people. I played with all those people, and it was fun. I fucking loved Battlefront. And then they made Battlefront 2, and it was just, give us your money. Now you bought the game. Now give us some more.
Give some more money.
That's basically what it was. It was a loot box heaven Okay, look, let me just picture you, and I could do it. I should just be referencing Star Wars. Well, and I am. Fuck it. Imagine buying a Star Wars game with the character of Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader not playable, locked away. And the only way you can unlock them is that you have to fucking get points or experience points. And somebody online went on, and this is when the game first came out. Somebody online went on and they figured out how long it was gonna take, and basically it was gonna take you fucking like hours, like hundreds of fucking hours before you unlocked Luke Skywalker. Star Wars is Luke Skywalker. It's Darth Vader. Why are you not gonna let me play with the goddamn characters?
Because they want you to pay for that.
Exactly. Loot boxes. They wanted you to spend real life money to get those experience and just say, you know what, fuck it. I'm not going to play for hundreds of fucking hours. I'm just going to pay $49 and unlock Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. And that's what they thought people were going to do. And no, we didn't. We fought back and I went and returned that fucking game and got all my money back. And I know fucking tons of people did the same thing. And that's why they got the reputation they have now. All they want to do is take your money because all they do is make loot boxes. They make a system where it's like they force you to spend real life money to fucking play the game.
Yeah. To
have fun. You already paid $60 for the fucking game, and now you got to pay some more to have some fun.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
Well, yeah, fuck you, dude. It's a pretty fucking ridiculous if you ask me. But you know what? That's over. This is who they're giving the next Star Wars.
I was about to ask.
Yeah.
I was about to ask.
The next open world game. That means it's going to be huge and you can explore at your own leisure just like every other fucking badass game.
Oh, shit.
The people at Ubisoft.
Oh! God damn.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my God.
The people at Ubisoft, the people, and more specifically, because there's a lot of, Ubisoft has different divisions and they do different games. Ubisoft, yes, they make Assassin's Creed, but they make other games. But the people who are going to be in charge of this new Star Wars games are the people that brought you The Division, that brought you Tom Clancy's The Division. Yep. Those are really good games, bro.
Yeah, they have a seal of quality to them. I'm actually glad. I'm glad. I was thinking, like, how come, like, LucasArts didn't have their own division of gaming? Like,
they did. They did a long time ago.
What was it, Creative Arts?
No. They had Lucas Games. They made the Knights of the Old Republic. That's how we have great characters like Revan. Revan is the greatest fucking Jedi Sith Lord that's ever lived, period. Okay, the greatest character ever. He was Anakin before Anakin was even fucking born. Okay, fucking read about it. Anyways, they made games in the past, but when they sold to Disney, Disney said, well, you're not really making a lot of money from the game, so we're just gonna sell the rights to another studio, and they gave it to EA, and so EA's been making their games, and that's what we've gotten. Like that's what's been happening, dude. But now, Disney decided, let's make Lucas Games, people from Lucasfilms, back in charge of the games, and let them decide who's gonna make the games. And they said Ubisoft makes good fucking games. We want Ubisoft. So that's what we're going to get. We're going to get a Ubisoft game.
I'm down with that.
Moving on. Disney is on fire right now. They said, holy shit, we lost so much money in 2020. We got to make it up this fucking year. Not only that, they say, let's do Lucasfilms games. Disney said, we're not done. Fuck you. We're going to release an Indiana Jones game. Holy shit. And you know what studio they chose?
Nope. Ubisoft?
Bethesda Studios. For those of you who are fucking noobs, like my friend down here, Bethesda Studios has made games like Dishonored, Wolfenstein, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim, Fallout, Doom. They're a good fucking
Yeah.
legitimate studio.
Well, the trailer is worthless. Don't watch the trailer. There's nothing.
It's just a teaser. It's nothing because
Yeah. I know.
look, they barely got the deal, so they made a quick fucking teaser trailer. They don't know what the game's gonna be. We're not gonna get this game for the next 3 years, I bet.
Well, it's gonna be Lara Croft, basically.
It is. It's gonna be yeah, but it's gonna. I think it's gonna be first person because I think that's the type of game they kind of are better at. They're gonna make it first person, and I think it's gonna be good. Bethesda makes good fucking games, dude. They really do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down. I'm a big fan of Indiana Jones, man. Grew up with it.
The question is Harrison Ford gonna provide vocals for the game? And if he is, they better hurry up and record it right now before he fucking dies.
I know.
Before this motherfucker dies.
Or they can get Mark Hamill. He does a great impression of him.
Really?
Yeah. He does. It's really good.
They can just get this fucking kid who actually sounds like him and looks like him and should have been in the fucking Han Solo movie. Kathleen Kennedy, you bitch. Anyways, moving on. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Why aren't you smoking, by the way?
I'm not. I don't smoke, man. I mean, I do smoke weed, but not right now. I already had like half a gummy, so we're good.
So you're just edibles now?
If I don't feel like smoking, yeah.
So you're Mr. Edibles, huh?
The incredible edible me.
Well, fuck you and your edibles. This is where it's at.
Still weed.
Good old-fashioned smoke. Because we want the smoke.
We want the smoke.
All right. What's the next thing that we're going to talk about?
Robots were seen on the set of Mission Impossible.
Any like prop robots or robots? I don't get it.
All right, well, look, in order for me to even tell you this fucking story, I got to start from the beginning. All right, a few months ago, the Mission Impossible set had a quarantine, they had a breakout. 15 so people on the set who were working on the movie got COVID. And they had to shut down for like 2-3 weeks. And Tom Cruise went on a fucking rant. I mean, did you hear that rant? I'm sure you did.
I heard about it. I didn't hear the whole thing.
Well, fucking, we're gonna play a couple clips here. I mean, you're gonna fucking hear about it anyways. He went on a rant, and here are a couple experts right now.
We're in Hollywood making movies right now because of us. Because they believe in us and what we're doing. I'm on the phone with every studio at night. Insurance companies. Producers. And they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs, you I don't ever want to see...
I mean, I think he has a right to be angry because of the rant. Yeah. I mean, he's also... He paid money for this movie. He put money in... Because the studio didn't even want to fucking make the movie because of COVID. And he said, no, like, we can do this. Like, we'll be safe. And he put his own money in to also have the movie be made. And just because some fucking intern or some fucking camera guy, or I don't know what happened, but I'm just guessing, some fucking camera guy or some light guy went out and fucking, went to a strip club and had some bitch suck his dick and he got COVID. And then he came back and he got COVID to everybody else, and now they have to shut down for 3 weeks. Like, yeah, people are losing money. There's like hundreds of millions of dollars being invested in this goddamn fucking movie. Yeah. And just because, you don't want to follow protocol, you stop production. I understand why he's mad, and I don't understand, frankly, why everyone's giving him such a big fucking deal about it.
I was about to ask, why are they giving him shit?
Well, I mean, there was reports, and then, okay, so that happened, and now earlier this week, there was reports that Tom Cruise was so fucking paranoid about the COVID that he went and he paid out of his own pocket. He paid for robots to be brought to the set, and these robots, they test people for COVID, and they fucking make sure that everybody's fucking following protocols and shit. And so like I was like that sounds fucking crazy. Like, okay, like I know he's a Scientologist. I know he's a Scientologist and shit, but I'm like, I'm so sure there's gonna be fucking robots. Halt there, human, open your mouth, give me your sample, you can pass. And then like I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Is this real? And so I was searching the fucking internet like crazy because everybody's reporting there's robots on the set of Mission Impossible. Robots on the set. Holy fucking shit. Tom Cruise has lost it. He went and built artificial intelligence and they're checking for COVID on the set of Mission Impossible. You know, he said, fuck it, I'm not paying alimony, I'm not paying child support, fuck Siri, I'm spending all my money on robots and we're fucking dealing with COVID and Mission Impossible. So I went on the internet and these are the robots. Okay, he went and got these fucking little, here's the video explaining what's going on. It's basically this fucking thing that sticks a Q-tip in your throat and swabs and fucking checks you for COVID, where there doesn't have to be an actual physical person inspecting you and possibly that you contaminating them. And I'm sure he didn't spend maybe he spent $1 million. Which is which is pocket change, which is like just a couple of pennies for him, you know. Yeah. But why do people always want to exaggerate things and make someone look bad? I don't think he's overreacting. He's being smart. He says, I don't want more people getting COVID, so let me just get some little machines that swab people without a person being there. But
I really don't understand why people are giving him shit. I mean, he's on the right? Like
I think he is
definitely telling people, don't be fucking stupid, wear a fucking mask. Now, if I was one of those people and try to make this look bad, I would say that maybe, and I'm just playing the devil's advocate here, he wanted to make himself look good by putting this out. He did it on purpose. That would be something that I just created out of my head to make him look bad. Yeah. That's the only thing that I can think about, you know?
Yeah.
Other than that, for being Tom Cruise, that's perfect.
That is actually reasonable. Very reasonable. That's super sane. That's on the super sane. That's the most sane he's been. That's the most sane he's been in a while. I mean, like,
you fucking liar.
I'm gonna get another beer. We'll be right back. All right, you know what? Since we're already talking about fucking weird stuff like robots on the fucking set of Mission Impossible and shit, let's go into some the weird news of this week. A fucking pigeon. A fucking pigeon traveled from America, from the United States, all the way to Australia.
How the fuck does that happen?
13,000 kilometers, 8,000 miles from the Pacific Ocean, all the way to Australia. And now authorities in Australia are planning to kill it.
Just one pigeon?
Yes. Oh, but they can't even kill it because as soon if they get even like 500 meters close to it, it flies away. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
So they can't even get close to it. They don't know what to do. They're freaking out, man. Their environment's about to be fucking invaded by a foreign species, by an American rat with wings. There's a pigeon over there flying around. And he actually has a little tag on his little wing. He has one of those little bracelets, those little blue bracelets. And so the theory is that this guy didn't fly over there. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
He would have fucking
brought him in.
He would have gotten tired. They think he hitched a ride on an airplane, in a cargo bay.
Oh. Yeah.
But still, the government is freaking the fuck out, and they're trying to kill this thing. They announced, I think a day or two ago, or maybe yesterday, I don't know. They said they weren't going to kill it. but it's still out there, and you know what? It could have fleas. American fleas. You don't want that shit in Australia. It'll ruin
Hell no.
It'll ruin the economy.
It's gonna get to one of the wallabies. We don't want that.
I mean, what do you think about there's an American pigeon flying around in Australia, dude?
Dude, the fucking pigeon is probably having the fucking time of his life. He's like, wow, this is crazy. This is like the huge fucking Texas of Europe or some shit.
I wonder where he's from. He's from Ohio or somewhere. He's like, yeah.
The pigeon?
Yeah, the pigeon's from fucking Ohio and shit. Or maybe he's from down south. He's from, you know, he's a Mexican. He's a Mexican pigeon. He's like, "Que chingados? Da tequila, vato." I don't know, man. It's a fucking pigeon. Who knows what he fucking wants? But yeah, I mean, I don't know how they're gonna catch it. I think it's better they just fucking kill it. Just get a rifle for a sniper.
It's funny that a place as big as Australia is looking for one fucking pigeon.
It's a pigeon. We have thousands of them. Fucking thousands of them. And you know, any city in America, you go downtown, you're going to have hundreds of pigeons shitting all over your landmarks.
Yeah.
Australia, please, shoot that pigeon. Just kill it.
Yeah, or eat it. Fuck it.
Yeah, no, don't eat it. That's disgusting, bro. You fucking nasty piece of shit. No.
Oh wait, it's
Don't
really
eat.
not China. My
Oh,
bad.
Americans. He
okay.
does not represent Americans. We don't eat pigeons. That's disgusting. And he doesn't represent Mexicans either. We don't eat pigeons. That's disgusting. That's it for tonight. I think we rambled on for long enough, and I'm probably gonna have to edit a lot of this shit out. And
We're gonna have to
you'll never see
drain
it.
a lot of this shit.
You'll never see it.
You'll never see it.
You'll never see it.
So fuck you.
So fuck you. I'm a puppet. I say anything he tells me to say. Anyways. Until next week, y'all be safe. Please don't do anything crazy. Don't go burn any don't burn any important buildings down. Don't go fucking talking shit on Twitter. Get a job.
You have your chance to stay at home, get drunk, get high.
Yeah, for sure. But also get a job if you don't have it. I mean, it's not that
that's
hard.
true.
Go out there and look
Do
for a
that on
job.
your days
Hey,
off.
we're hiring.
Like we do.
We're hiring and we're desperate, and nobody wants to fucking come and work. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, Ryan, take it away, or end it for us.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week. Stay tuned for more rambling
Like and
drunken
subscribe.
fucking mess.
Like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you.